What's happening, everybody? Today I'm going to do a review of the movie Mother. It's actually Albert Brooks' film. He actually acts in the movie. He's also the director of the movie. He's also the co-writer of the movie Mother, and it has Debbie Reynolds in it. And the reason why I'm doing a review on Mother is because Mother is one of those types of movies that is one of the most underrated movies, and really nobody even knows about it. So I decided to do a review on it because it actually is a pretty cool movie. And it actually has some funny parts in it. And one of the interesting things about this movie is that and this is the DVD version because I couldn't get it in Blu-ray, okay? I mean, that's because this movie is so underrated, they can't even bring it out in Blu-ray. They were lucky to get it in DVD, to be honest with you, because it's one of those types of movies that just kind of got lost in the archives, so to speak. And it has some famous people in here, like John C. McGinley, who was in Scrubs. He was also in the movie Office Space. It has Lisa Kudrow from Friends, and it just has a few famous people in there. Albert Brooks obviously is famous. Debbie Reynolds, she hadn't acted in so many years, and this was the first movie that she acted. This was her first film in over 27 years. She hadn't acted in over 27 years, and then she came to this film, and she does a really good job playing this, like, really weird mother, by the way. All the things that are put in this movie is meant to be a comedy, and there's a lot of things in this movie that will make you think about your mother. There's going to be things that will relate to your mother. Maybe this person that's the mother in this movie maybe is your mother. There are some really funny parts in this movie. There are, Albert Brooks did a really good job on this movie. It's a low-budget movie. I mean, they didn't spend really a whole lot on it. And this movie really is a classic. It will take you back to the 90s because some of the vehicles you'll see driving on the road and stuff, and some of the things will just kind of put you back in the 90s. I mean, seeing the big old TVs with the big old backs on them and not being flat screens, and and the computer. I mean, the way the computer monitors were back then, and there's just going to be some things that take you back to the 90s, and because it's kind of an old movie. Okay, it was made like in 96, I think it was. Anyway, Albert Brooks does a really good job on this movie. I still enjoy it onto this day, since I saw it back in the 90s. I remember seeing it back in the 90s, and it really does have quite a bit of stuff that, feels a little bit... It does have some stuff that feels kind of forced, that's trying to just be funny, but there really is some funny parts in this movie. So I recommend people to check this out, because even though this is a pretty underrated movie, just give it a shot. I mean, you don't really have much to lose. You can get it for a few bucks on Amazon, and you won't really have lost that much, and it really is a pretty good movie, and it's kind of fallen in the cracks and nobody knows about it. So I recommend give this movie a shot. For Albert Brooks and the other person who wrote this movie, I think her name was Monica something, I don't know. I can't remember. It has a pretty good soundtrack, and it's kind of a cute movie. It's a cute movie to watch, and it does have some parts that may seem overboard to some people, but it's a pretty good comedy. I mean, I enjoyed some of the parts. Some of the parts are really, you're going to really get a few chuckles in there here and there, and it's a pretty interesting movie to watch. If you really want to watch something different, this is the kind of movie. This is a different movie to watch. I definitely recommend it to anybody. So without giving away too much of the movie, I mean, I can give away one thing about this movie that makes it different. And one of those things, I'm going to talk about one scene in this movie that really kind of makes it interesting. And it won't give away too much because there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are kind of funny and things like that. But I'm going to just kind of give away a little bit of one scene of the movie. And it's the fact that, basically, he goes to live with his mother, and, he lives with his mother because he's trying to figure out his little situation. It's kind of hard to explain because you got to watch the movie. I don't want to give away too much. But, there's a scene, where she's, like, giving him food, and he doesn't want the food. Like, she asks him if he wants food, and, he says no, that he doesn't want food. And she keeps on bringing him food. And that's one of the first scenes you'll see in the movie that you'll start laughing about because of some of the stuff that he's saying, because of some of the stuff going on. I mean, it's like, wow, this woman is like kind of crazy and bizarre. Some of the things that she says, even throughout the movie, some of the things she says, things that he says, some of these little conversations that they're having and stuff like that. This is really a different movie, and it's a pretty interesting movie, so I definitely say check it out. Anyway, that's the end of this Mother review. It's a PG-13 movie. It's rated PG-13 for some sexual references. There's a few curse words in it, but overall, it's a pretty clean movie otherwise, aside from the fact of sexual references. But, I mean, I'd say it's a pretty decent movie to watch. It's a cute movie to watch, and it has some little funny parts in there, and it's kind of a different movie to watch. And it's one of my favoriteest movies where it feels kind of real, like you can relate to the situations, like if with your mother or maybe with somebody else who their mother's like that or something, or whatever. So definitely check this movie out. Anyway, that's the end of this review, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys later.